Who is it? Charles Strickland.
Were you expecting someone else?
Yes. Max Teller's killer.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Have you found that strongbox yet?
Yes. Yes, I believe I have.
My God, you're right. This must be it.
Yes. I suppose you realize that the contents of this box could make us both very rich.
I'm very much aware of that, Mrs. Fletcher. Bonds? Bonds?
That's right. From a company that went bankrupt about 90 years ago. You killed Max Teller for these worthless pieces of paper.
You know, you keep talking like that, someone's liable to take you seriously. I can't let that happen, Mrs. Fletcher.
Don't do it, Strickland. It's over. Deputy.
Wait. I had nothing to do with Max's death.
You want to straighten them out, Mrs. Fletcher?
When we first met at Susan's house, you denied the existence of the stolen treasure. I found it out that later you were speculating about its value.
Everyone was talking about it, so what?
But you went further. I noticed in your briefcase a book on celestial navigation. You told me that McGee used to navigate in the desert, but now your interests seem to be more than just academic.
Today we found sneaker prints up in the canyon where forensics says that Max was killed. The same prints the arsonist left in Silverville. The same ones you're making right now.
Yeah, but everyone wears these shoes. Come on, this is purely circumstantial.
True enough. That's why we arranged this charade. Not only have you shown your willingness to kill, but my guess is the ballistics will match your gun with the bullet that killed Max Teller.
You want to tell us how you got mixed up in this?
You know, when Max first let me use Silverville for research, he wanted to see if there was any chance we could find this lost fortune. I didn't believe in it. Then one day he showed me McGee's diary.
Then you realized what the numbers were.
Well, not at first. Later, I realized if those were map coordinates, I could get that treasure for myself. I knew his sextant was limited in its accuracy, so first I got that book you saw me with. Then I stole the sextant from the museum and then burned it down to cover the theft. If the sextant had been the only thing missing, it would have looked suspicious. I was then able to recreate his reading. And in the library, I found this newspaper report on Cutter McGee's trial with a description of where he was captured, dying of thirst, and that description matched this canyon exactly.
Then you took those editions out of the library so that no one else could follow the clue.
I started looking under cover of darkness. It was still a big area. Somehow Max got suspicious and followed me out here. He accused me of a double cross, said he was going to turn me in for burning down his place. I panicked and shot him. It all happened so quickly. Then I took his body back to Silverville. So I didn't want the police crawling all over here finding my treasure.
Let's go.
Just a second. How did you know where this place was?
From the Navajo archives. Oral history from the sheriff's uncle. In his own way, he told us about the Anasazi burial cave.
Mrs. Fletcher realized that the skull and crossbones wasn't a reference to pirates' treasure, but to the skeletons in here. I guess dead men do tell tales after all, right, Mr. Strickland?